I'm very blessed to have Miss Nancy Rizzo, which I did not know, test my pyramid in a group study. So Miss Rizzo, what did you find out when you did your test? Explain the whole experiment and what took place.
Well, first it was because I personally experienced such a wonderful response that I said, let's test it and let's really see what's happening.
Okay.
5 people. Brought them in, and I have my own equipment that I have created, which is a electrophysiology measurement tool. We call it now Healthy Circuits, so it's the eCircuit scan, and you'll be able to see that on healthecircuits.com. Right now you can also see it on Lucemed, LUCEMED.com. It's a way for us to measure and look at your energy fields. Do we find disease? Do we find imbalance? This is all capable now for us to look at you, and it's totally non-invasive. It takes all of 5 minutes. So back to our little research experiment, we took the 5 people, we measured them before and after. We only had them come into the house one at a time to experience Barb's pyramid. And we measured them before, did not tell them anything about the pyramid. I had them lay in a specific orientation within the pyramid. Everybody was the same. They stayed in there for 25 minutes. At the end, then we measured them right away. So then I went away and I did all of my energy calculations and looked at the data. And the data told us some very, very interesting things. So my system will measure the probability risk score for there being a disease or a process in the 5 major organ systems: cardiovascular, respiratory, GI, digestive, and then you've got the liver, hepatic system, and the renal system. And as a result, and then we also measure all organs throughout the body, so kidneys, lungs, gallbladder, all of those. There's 79 different quadrants within the body that we're able to measure. So first off is that we were able to show a significant change for the cardiovascular risk factor, which was significant because it's very hard to move that particular integer. It's done through proprietary Bayesian analytics that I have developed over the last 20 years. Secondary to that is the overall score for the renal and reproductive. We're changing the way the water is processed in the body as a result of these. So one, we increased...
So it's actually restructuring the water in the human body?
It is restructuring the water. It is felt because we feel that we can go on to say these types of things. Inside of my calculations that I've created for this, we measure certain aspects of the images that are created. One of them in particular is entropy, which is a measure of energy that is happening throughout the body. We're also able to measure both an autonomic, which is meaning we're looking at the nervous system, and then we're measuring the physiology, which is the physical system inside. We were able to watch entropy changes throughout both the autonomic and the physical, as well as intensity changes. And lastly, we were looking at the overall area. What our findings are indicating is that the coherence of the water increased throughout the body. The entropy decreased for the physical system, which means it became much more coherent, while the autonomic system increased. We found the average intensity increased throughout the entire body. These are not just particular organ systems, it's the entire body's measurement systems across all 5 became significant.
In 25 minutes?
In 25 minutes. Yeah, it had tremendous effects. We actually have the fingertips. You put them on a glass plate. There is a camera underneath that glass plate. The glass plate emits a high frequency electromagnetic field, and when the finger comes in contact with that, we're actually capturing a coronal discharge. That coronal discharge is actually a snapshot of your energy field. The waves that are being emitted by the body, the waves that are being created by the mitochondrial, the little energy particles that are inside of all of your cells, except for your blood. So mitochondria are required for you to live and thrive. It is in every single cell of your body, and it is what takes the wonderful air that you breathe, hopefully, the good water that you drink, the food that you eat, and it's what takes those things together and breaks it down into energy for your body to use, for you to thrive and to be vital. When your mitochondria aren't breathing, aren't using your nutrients well, then you have very low vitality. And there are typical then indications in certain organs that are not functioning optimally. It's because the mitochondria aren't being fed. Why? There are a variety of reasons. Energy flow to them, the quantum field, because that's what's actually organizing the physiology. But it's the mitochondria that are required throughout the body to support health and well-being. A bachelor's in medical physics, a master's in radiological therapeutic physics, and then a Ph.D. in energy medicine and biophysics.
Beautiful.
So that's that. And practiced as a radiation oncology physicist for over 22 years. And then I came across curling photography, actually, and what its ability was to capture the energy waves that are emitted by the body and how to quantify them.
These devices, and actually how I learned how to make Orgone myself personally, many of you guys know me, but my higher self taught me, and I did that for my team that traveled around the planet. We made grids to actually grid foreign locations, and after we were cleaning up battlefields and stuff, and my higher self, one of my Syrian dude, he actually taught me how to crush the stones, a pinch of this, a pinch of that, a pinch of this, mix it. And I was explaining to you earlier, I was on full-blown autopilot, and I know that many of you guys who are creators out there, when you really start, you can be a musician, playing a song, and all of a sudden the song just kind of comes through and you start riffing or playing it, or you're a sound creator or a writer. That kind of happened to me with my higher self. So to put it into a pyramid and actually understand the alchemy now 10 years later, I'm really excited about the results.
You should be.